Hey guys, today I am going to make quick Italian chicken. I'm just going to add some olive oil to my pan. And these are chicken thighs. I'm going to just toss them in here and get them browned on the outside. Wash my hands. And this is just going to be a quick brown on the outside because I'm going to cook my other vegetables once it's brown and then slow cook the rest of the chicken. This is something else that is just a one-dish meal. It's really fast, and you only dirty one pot, essentially, to cook it. I'm going to add just a little bit of basil olive oil to this, just for the flavor. And just let it cook until it gets a nice brown on both sides. The chicken is now slightly browned, but it is still raw inside. You can still see it has blood dripping out. So we're going to take this out and set it to the side. And to this pan, we're going to add onions. Crank the heat back up. And this is about 1/8 of a cup, it's not quite full, of garlic. And just saute it. We're going to cook the onions until they're soft and brown. The onions and garlic are now browned, and to this I'm going to add spinach. This is just spinach from the store. And these are collard greens that are chopped up about the same size from the garden. I'm going to add a touch of chicken broth. This is probably about 1/2 a cup. This is just to wilt and soften the vegetables. And then I'm going to add mushrooms. And And this is fresh basil and rosemary from the garden. There wasn't quite enough to pick to really do the meal justice, so I'm going to add dried herbs also. Add some basil leaves. Oregano. Parsley. And Italian seasoning. And just stir to coat. And then I have a jar of tomatoes I canned last year. I'm going to leave the juice in and dump the whole thing in here. And the reason why I leave the juice in is because once all this cooks down, I'm going to throw in a few handfuls of pasta and let it cook in the juice that is reserved in here. And then I'm just going to add the chicken thighs right back in, just kind of smush them down in there. I'm going to cover and let it cook for about 20 minutes until the chicken's cooked all the way through. Okay, the chicken and vegetables are at a rolling boil. So to this, I'm going to just add some noodles. I believe these are gluten-free. I try and buy everything organic. So most likely these are gluten-free noodles. I just had them in the jar up there and didn't label them. So it doesn't matter what kind of noodle you put in. You don't even have to put the noodles. I'm doing that just to bulk it out a little bit. And this was probably just a couple of cups of noodles. I just eyeball it, look at how much moisture I have left in the pan and how much noodles I think I need to put in. It's better to put too few noodles in than too many. You can have just a little bit of moisture left over, no problem. So I'm going to take this, cover it back up, and just cook it until the noodles are soft, and this will be ready to go. Okay, the noodles are soft. The chicken is cooked all the way through. The vegetables have cooked down. So dinner is ready. Tonight I am pairing this with some just peas that I had taken out of the freezer on my lunch break today and threw in the crock pot with some seasoning and a little bit of ham and a fresh salad. And just plate up some of the greens and pasta. And put a chicken thigh on top. And that's what's for dinner. Enjoy.